Hi, Capricorn. Welcome to your tarot reading. If you're new, welcome in. If you're returning, welcome back. Either way, thank you so very much for being here, and thank you for sharing your energy with me. I really do appreciate it. I'm going to pull a traditional Celtic cross spread. Whatever message comes out is what Spirit has for you at this time. It's what you need to hear. I have set that intention with this deck and with my guides. So if you are here because of the title, then this message is for you. And if you are here because this is in your feed, then this message is definitely for you. So I also wanted to give you guys a special shout out because earth signs have been blowing up my videos lately. And I just wanted to tell you guys thank you, thank you, thank you from the bottom of my heart. I'm happy that the messages are resonating, but I'm also very grateful for all the interactions. It's helped my channel to grow, and it also pushes the message out there every time you guys interact. So thank you so much for doing that. I'm going to go ahead and pull these cards, and then I have an oracle deck as well that I will pull from at the end to get any additional messages from Spirit. Here's your card, the Devil card. Be sure and like the video. Definitely leave a comment if you feel called. And definitely subscribe if you like the messages. Again, that helps my channel to grow and it pushes the messages out. So you guys have been super awesome. Taurus, Virgo, Capricorn, you guys have been my rock. So I really appreciate you guys. Wanted to give you guys a little shout out. Okay. Big changes up ahead. So on the bottom of the deck, we had the Seven of Pentacles. The Seven of Pentacles is about planting a seed and then watching things grow, right? Having the patience, whether this is in a work environment, whether this is in a relationship, your spirituality, whatever it is for you, right? General reading. So Seven of Pentacles is planting the seed, right? Like he's planted the seed and now he's watching all this fruit come into fruition. Like he's being patient, waiting for things to grow. He's tending to the soil. He's watering the plant, doing everything that he needs to do, putting in all the hard work and being very patient for things to pay off here, right? So it's also about looking at situations and wondering if it is worth putting in all that effort, right? You've planted the seed. Is it worth putting all that work and energy into it and waiting for it to grow, right? And again, this can be in a relationship. Is it worth pouring into a person? Is it worth pouring into this job, right? So it's very much about questioning whether it's worth putting in all the effort and energy. The situation is the Ace of Wands. So the Ace of Wands is this creative, passionate new beginning here, right? Some kind of new adventure. It can be like a spark of inspiration or creativity. Aces are gifts from Spirit, right? So there is like this gift trying to come in here. This new beginning is trying to come in from the divine. So be open to those possibilities, right? And this to me is like a gift of creation. So maybe you're trying to start a new business. Maybe you are trying to, reinvent yourself or do some kind of side hustle here, right? But again, it's that gift from Spirit, and you just need to put in that work, right? So when you're handed an ace from the divine, it is like a start. It is an opportunity that you're being handed, and it's up to you to put in all that hard work, right? But you also need to determine, is this worth it? And maybe that's what you're looking at. Maybe you're wondering if this is worth all of the effort. So the blockage here is the devil. The devil is toxicity. This is Capricorn card. This is your card. But it's also about toxic cycles, toxic thought patterns, self-sabotaging behavior, right? Like maybe you're talking yourself out of it. Maybe you are gambling, or you're doing everything like self-sabotaging this new beginning in some way, however that is for you, right? Like falling into old patterns, falling into old beliefs, right? Whatever those are for you. But it's also about like freeing yourself from a destructive pattern and then making a difficult decision, but it's for the best, right? Like needing to free yourself from negativity, from toxicity, from thought patterns, because that is definitely holding you back here. That could be something that was instilled in you in childhood, a thought pattern, whatever it is, but definitely holding yourself back and needing to free yourself from some toxicity here. So the root cause of this is the star. And the star is about healing. So maybe there's still some healing that needs to take place. And you're just not complete yet, right? So the star is like this renewal of hope and this like a wish fulfillment, right? Like you see the star appears like this wish fulfillment. So maybe this new beginning is like a wish fulfillment for you, and it's like this renewal of hope, that spark again, like I was talking about, right? Like this is sparked your interest and like you're ready to do this, but you keep talking yourself out of it, or you keep falling into negative patterns, whether that's like alcohol, different types of um, drug use, right? Or eating or shopping, right? This can be like gambling, like spending too much money so you can't, pour into this new business. But, this is like really needing to heal whatever this devil energy is and free yourself from that. And then starting to feel hopeful again for the future, right? That divine inspiration flowing through you. When I see the water, she's like pouring from um, this body of water onto the ground, right? Like the flow of water and the integration and the like alchemizing and working with the energy, and then using your gifts and trusting your inspiration, trusting your intuition to go towards this new beginning. So in the recent past, what is affecting this present situation is the Six of Pentacles. So the Six of Pentacles is about reciprocity. This is about equal give and take. This is about um, generosity and sharing resources, right? So maybe you shared resources with somebody in the past and um, it didn't turn out so well, right? Like maybe they stole a bunch of money from you, or there was not equal give and take, right? Maybe you gave too much and they gave too little, right? Whatever that situation is, that is definitely what is affecting this current situation. A need to balance and a need to um, remain giving as much as you take, right? Like make sure that you're not over giving, but also make sure that you're not taking too much. That could be like a negative pattern for you. Like maybe you take too much at times, or maybe you give too much. That can be a very negative pattern too, right? Again, it's a general reading, so it'll be different for each of you, but that's definitely affecting this new beginning and this healing is a need to balance. And I don't know why I just looked at, I don't know if I need to start covering these. I had started memberships if you guys are interested, but now that I'm getting paid from YouTube, I don't know if I can show like the nakedness. Everybody always talks about that. Anyway, but I see the balance, right? Like she has these two cups. Or like whatever they are, pitchers, and it's like they're the balance of water, right? And the equal flow, the equal give and take here. So that is definitely needing to remain balanced is definitely what has been affecting this situation. Your higher self or your spirit guides are giving you the Queen of Cups. So the Queen of Cups is that double feminine energy, right? She is um, water and she is a queen. So she is the double feminine, but she's very compassionate and nurturing and intuitive and very emotionally balanced. She comes from a place of love and compassion and understanding. So I feel like you really need to have some compassion for yourself, especially if this was a negative pattern you were causing, right? Or the self sabotage, right? Like we all do that. How many times have I eaten a cookie instead of going to work out, right? Or how many times have I gone shopping instead of like saving that $25 that I needed to save, right? Like whatever it is, like we've all had those behaviors. You just need to balance it, but then have some compassion for yourself, right? Don't be so hard on yourself because that's going to cause you to fall back into those patterns, right? When you have negative self-talk, that can really wear you down, and you need to heal that, right? So definitely trust your intuition going forward and really tap into that divine feminine energy and remain balanced and focused on your spiritual path, right? Like be more creative. Maybe that'll help you tap into that intuition, that creative energy, right? So in the immediate future, we do have the tower. So there is this tower moment, this things breaking down in order to be built on more stable ground, right? So this is very sudden change. It can be very jarring. It can be very chaotic energy, right? It can be good or it can be seen as a negative, right? I never see the tower as a negative, and I know that that's very Sagittarius of me to say, but every tower moment I have had has led to something better, right? And it sucks to go through it, and it's very difficult, and it's a heavy energy to sit in, but I can look back now and say that every one of them has benefited me for my best and highest good. And when you're manifesting and you want this new beginning and you're trying to heal, you have to realize that tower moments are going to come in because you are getting aligned with where you need to go, right? And where you want to go because you are clearly wanting this new beginning here. So this is about sudden changes that are beyond your control, and it can make you feel momentarily like destabilized, right? So this is just needing to embrace the changes and again understand that they are happening for a reason, and try to maybe see like a new way of being, right? So this tower moment can have to do with this toxicity, right? So maybe this is like a sudden change in like an aha moment, like you realize these toxic patterns and what you need to heal, or you realize what you need to work on in order to move forward, right? Like this doesn't have to be like a total disruption of your life, but when you change your mindset or you change how you do things, like the self-sabotaging behavior, and then you move more into like this creative intuitive type of energy, that's really going to change things for you, and that can be drastic, but it can also be in like good ways, right? So in your thoughts and feelings, we have the 9 of Pentacles. The 9 of Pentacles is my card for being single. Like you're going at things alone here, right? So you could feel like you are doing everything by yourself, you're doing everything alone. But it's also like being able to stand on your own and really handle your life in a stable, grounded way, right? Like enjoying your successes and really being able to, you're financially stable, you're emotionally stable, you're mentally stable. Like it's just all of those things, and really being able to stand on your own and handle things on your own because you are abundant and prosperous, right? So I feel like maybe this is you kind of feeling very independent. You could be feeling alone, right? Like that you have to go at it alone, which is not always a bad thing, especially when you're healing. Some parts of healing others just can't help you with, right? It is when you're on a spiritual path, sometimes it can feel like you're doing everything on your own. And some things you have to. But I just feel like maybe this is you really feeling like you want to be stable and enjoy your success, right? In this breakthrough, in this new beginning here. So the influence or the in your environment here, we have the 3 of Pentacles. This is about teamwork and collaboration, like working with others to build something stable. So you could be, working with other people. You could be collabing here in order to work on this creative project, right? And then tapping into your intuition in order to build something creative. And it's also about like new doors opening, right? Like success, being seen, your work being seen by others, and you really having new doors opening because of that. So this could be, again, you kind of like starting a business and then, being seen, and it's opening new doors for you. And then you're going to have to use your discernment on that 7 of Pentacles. Which one of these opportunities is the best route for you? Which ones are worth pouring into, and which ones are not going to be fruitful, not bring you that joy and happiness, right? Because I feel like you're wanting to be more creative. You're wanting some kind of wish fulfillment here, whatever this is in, right? And it's that I think that's the drive for this, like really wanting to be more creative, more intuitive, more open, and then just really using your discernment when these doors start opening in order to choose. And that could be where that self-sabotaging behavior comes in, right? Like maybe you fell into old toxic patterns in the past, and now that doors are opening, Spirit just wants you to be mindful of that and not fall back into those patterns, right? So in your hopes and fears, we have the 10 of Swords. The 10 of Swords is a painful ending. This is manipulation, lies, deceit. I feel like maybe you're fearing the worst here, and you're really worried about something coming to an end, right? And really worried about something that's going to be painful, because with every ending comes a new beginning, right? And you're wanting this new beginning, and this opportunity is handed to you. It is a wish fulfillment, but it's going to cause something else to end, right? So if this is a new job, maybe you're having to leave, coworkers, or, you're just worried about the worst case scenario here. And I feel like this is you needing to really be hopeful. Or maybe you're just hoping that this is the end of this tough cycle, right? This is the end of all of this toxic energy, and you're ready to move into this new beginning, right? So it could go either way. You could really be fearing the worst, but also I feel like you're very hopeful that this is the worst of it, right? Because you can only go up from here. So I feel like maybe you are really wanting to build and grow here. The potential outcome is the Four of Wands. I love that for you. So the Four of Wands is joy, it's celebration, it's union, you know, so this could be about a relationship, but it's also about like celebrating your wins, celebrating something stable here, right? So this is about like your stability. This could be buying a home, this could be, you know, starting this business, having this creative outlet, and then building that into something stable here, right? And but you're definitely celebrating your successes here. I see these people here that are, you know, standing, and then you have all these people back here, so they're definitely at some kind of celebration here. And there could be like some kind of special event coming up that makes you want to celebrate and look forward to, you know, pushing through this new beginning and then moving forward into like that more stable, grounded energy. I really love that. I think that's an amazing outcome for you. Yes, you do have this tower, but that could be a good tower again, right? Like maybe your business is finally taking off really quickly, and spirit just doesn't want you to fall back into negative behaviors, right? Again, like spending or negative thinking, right? Because you do have that Ten of Swords, so that is like that negative thought patterns, right? Just don't fall into self-sabotaging behavior. So, what do they not see coming, Spirit? What's Capricorn not see coming? Also, with that Devil being your card, it could be like you're not feeling empowered, right? And you need to free yourself from that mindset. I love this. So we have the Eight of Pentacles, Nine of Cups, and the Strength card. This is you like really putting in the work towards your wish fulfillment, and you have the strength to overcome obstacles, right? Like whatever this tower moment is, like you have the ability, the strength and the confidence to overcome that in order to bring this wish fulfillment in. And I feel like you are really pushing through everything here, right? That Eight of Pentacles is about like you've put in this hard work, and like you're really focused on this wish fulfillment, right? And I feel like that's where your focus is going to remain in the future, putting in that hard work. Because yes, this is an opportunity from spirit, these aces, right? They're handing you this opportunity, but it's up to you to put in the work. And I feel like that's really what you're doing. And it's going to bring you joy and happiness, right? That Nine of Cups is emotional fulfillment. And I feel like it's like a wish come true, right? Again, with that Four of Wands, that celebration. And then you have the Strength card, right? That is like strength and confidence and overcoming everything that you've been through. So I feel like you could be ending like some kind of toxic cycle that you've been in here and really healing from that. That's really awesome energy. So what advice do you have for Capricorn, Spirit? Awesome. You have the Ace of Cups, King of Wands, Nine of Wands. Ace of Cups, open your heart, open to this new emotional beginning here. Again, pouring into yourself. You know, the Nine of Cups and the Ace of Cups, which can seem selfish. Maybe that's one of your self-sabotaging behaviors. You've always put in all of this work and you've never taken care of yourself, right? But this is about pouring into your own cup, and it's about being open to creativity, opening to like this new emotional beginning. But it's also about like your intuition and your creativity, right? Pouring into your own cup, pouring into your creative passions, your creative ideas, and filling your cup. Like this cup is overflowing here, right? So it's also about like opening. When I see that card, it makes me think of opening like your heart space, because that's tied to your emotions, right? And when you open your heart chakra and you really open to your intuition and the divine, that's what's gonna like really emotionally fulfill you, right? So I feel like they're just really wanting you to focus on filling your own cup and then focus on the bigger picture here. You have the King of Wands. So the King of Wands is all about confidence and control, and he's an entrepreneur, right? So again, this could be a business, but it's also about he's a good entrepreneur because he can see the bigger picture, right? He can see the viewpoint and like really build out into the future. So like taking control of who you are and taking control of whatever this creative new beginning is for you, and then being able to see things from a bigger perspective and in order to move forward. And then you have the Nine of Wands, which is about, um, that last stand, that perseverance. Like you're almost there. Don't give up, right? Like this is the Nine of Wands, and then you have the Ten of Wands. This is just when you get to release those burdens. Like you can't carry anymore, right? So again, we were talking about burnout. So you may be, putting in too much. Don't burn yourself out. But with the Nine of Wands, it's that wounded warrior, but he's looking back at all of these wands, like looking at all the lessons, look at all that you have been through and all that you have persevered. Like you are right there. You're at the last little bit here. Don't give up on this. And just continue to push through because I mean, you've been through a lot, right? I really love that. I think that's amazing. Just open your heart here and really like open your intuition, embrace this new beginning and let it flow in, right? I love that. That's amazing energy. So let's get you some oracle cards and see if there's any additional messages. But you are definitely pushing through some obstacles here, maybe closing out some toxic patterns that you've been facing. We've all been there. Healing toxic patterns and then stepping back into your power here, stepping into your creative, intuitive side. What else do you have for Capricorn Spirit? So we have shame. You've carried this burden for too long. It's time to release the guilt you've placed on yourself and start a new chapter in your life. Set a new goal and begin taking action toward happiness. I love that. Speak your truth. You stayed silent long enough. Speak up, stand your ground, and state your perspectives. You will rise to a higher vibration when you let your voice be heard. Reward and recognition. Congratulations, your hard work will soon pay off and take you to the direction of your dreams. Acknowledge your efforts and own your power. Yes, definitely. You've put in this hard work and this wish fulfillment is coming in, and then recognize all that you've been through, right? That's very empowering. Like when you have been through several lessons and you can heal from that and come out the other side, that's very excuse me, that's very empowering. And really kind of recognize that in yourself. See it through. You don't always finish what you start and then talk badly to yourself because of it. Break the karmic pattern by seeing a project through to the end and then be proud of what you've accomplished. Maybe that's your self-sabotaging behavior. Maybe you talk yourself out of things because you don't think you can have them or you should have them, right? Like this new beginning. Maybe you're talking yourself out of it. Bring balance. You're putting too much energy into something, creating lack somewhere else. Take action now to correct the situation or risk further imbalance, which could lead to undesired results. Maybe that's why you're watching this reading, right? Like you're putting in all of this effort. Is it worth it? Like needing to stay balanced, right? Don't put too much into it. Make sure you're getting out what you put into it because it could lead to this tower moment, right? Or at least now you know that there is a tower moment so you can work with that energy to move forward. I feel like that's how I use tarot. It's not predicting the future. It's not telling you what to do. It's showing you if you continue on this path, this is a potential outcome and you have the ability to change that. But with that tower moment comes stability. It comes wish fulfillment. I feel like, things have to break down before they can be built on solid ground. So I really love that message for you. I hope that this helps and I will see you guys next time. Bye.